Yo, it's Mel from Rap Rankings. To hear the full episode this clip comes from and all the other episodes, stop by raprankings.com or search Rap Rankings on your favorite podcast platform. Well, folks, it happened again. We, conflict of, scheduling conflicts. So, it's just, Moulz Mel this time.
We're riding solo yet again.
Riding solo. It's okay. It's okay though. I mean, listen, the show is Moulz Mel. It's not like I'm missing Moulz or Moulz is missing me, you know. And I'm sure Sean will be on the show eventually.
Well, the door is always open. We love to have him.
The door is still
I'm sure
wide
we
open.
will. We'll figure it out in the future. But let's get to the matter at hand here.
Yeah, the matter at hand is that guest or no guest, track 8, they might be taping, produced by Rick Rock. I'm gonna tell you, 8-.
7+. Ding me, babe.
Oh wow. Well,
E-40
listen.
says, I like this Rick Rock. And I have to
He
say,
did say that, and I wrote in my notes, I do too.
Yeah, me too.
So,
He's rapping his ass off on this one too. And of course, it's a Rick Rock beat. So you know it's a fucking slapper.
And you get that sample, that taping.
Taping.
And
The
then,
taping might have me go to 8- myself.
I went dummy. Like, I was in the car, it was a 7+, and then I just got so enamored by taping, you know, because that's how those samples, that's what they do to me. So, you know, and then of course I had to, if that wasn't enough, it's taping. You know,
taping.
You know, so and look, we're still in track 8. You know, so it's like the slaps haven't stopped. We got this fart bass, the percussive like sounding bottles, like this Inspector Gadget type melody. You know, what's not to like? If you've heard our Yay Area review, which you probably have if you're on track 8, I'm getting Yay Area energy. You know, it's one of them ones. Now, here's the thing about they might be taping. We know about America in 2021. It's not a might. They are. They're taping. They've been taping for a long time. We've been under surveillance forever. But I don't think about America when I hear they might be taping here. And I don't sell drugs, so I don't have to worry about the feds taping. I think about those emails I get, you know, trying to blackmail me, talking about they recorded me during smut hours through my webcam, okay? You got to be careful on these sites because then
you don't have a webcam cover, Mel?
No, but here's the thing. I'm fine because I don't use my laptop for that. I use the phone. You know? Like, that's one of the great things about the new technology. Like, way too cumbersome to have that laptop open, and then you might have an unfortunate mess, and it's like the keyboard, and it just, you know, no. Keep it on the phone. So yeah, but they might be taping, folks. They freaking, you get some of them, what it is. They tell you it's cookies, but it's not cookies. Okay, it's something else, and they poison you, and they get your information. They're keylogging. They're doing all kind of stuff. So be careful. E-40 is giving out great advice.
Cookies.
Be careful on them phones. Careful on them websites. Be careful everywhere, because them folks might be taping. But here's the thing. Just it's weird because we're recording this like we've done the whole review at this point. So, you know, we've kind of said everything that needs to be said about E-40. But
right, and Rick Rock beats.
And Rick Rock beats.
You know, the nature of this album in general.
You know? So, like, I mean, what can I tell you? It's E-40 being E-40. You know, ain't even had time to wash my face. You know? Come on.
I love E-40 on this song. Like. I mean, he's going crazy on here.
He's going crazy. He's going crazy across the whole album, you know? I'm going to tell you what. The bad website, they struck again. Because, and I thought this was clear as day to me. Like, you could hear it. It wasn't even, like, obscured by noise. But he said, I'm really packing whoppers, pistols busty like Pam Grier. The bad website said rusty like Pam Grier. And I was like, rusty?
First of all, she's, like, in her 70s now. She still looks good.
Yeah. You know, so if
Okay,
they're talking
so
about physically Rusty, wrong. And if she hasn't been in a movie, then her heyday was like the black
no,
exploitation. Like,
oh
so
06
she's
though,
allowed to be Rusty.
oh 06, we're still within 10 years of Jackie Brown. She started getting casted in a lot more films post Jackie Brown. She was still working quite a bit at this point in time. If you ever saw The L Word, she was on that show.
Ah, the L Word.
So, listen, busty, you know?
Busty, right. I mean, maybe it's because I'm a smut man, I knew the line, but it made more sense contextually. Pistols can be rusty, I guess, but busty. They bust a pistol. You know, and Pam Grier is more busty than rusty. So, there you go. I said, man is attacking the beat like a speed bag. You know, he's getting in that flow, you know, that E-40, you know, it's that E-40. What can I tell you?
Dude, I love how he opens up I believe it's the third verse, talking about I wish a motherfucker would. I'm still living my second childhood.
Second childhood.
Speaking of which, I remember being at the Young Thug High Tunes tour stop in LA at LA Live here in downtown LA, and Alex Toomey was DJing, and he played Wu-Tang Clan Ain't Nothing to Fuck With. Keep in mind, we're at a Young Thug concert, and the majority of the people in the crowd are like 17, 18, 19 years old.
Okay.
He plays Wu-Tang Clan Ain't Nothing to Fuck With, gets no reaction whatsoever. And then he plays Second Child. We're in LA, by the way. This isn't a New York show.
Okay.
Where maybe you could get away with that. Then he plays Second Childhood by Nas, an album cut produced by DJ Premier that's on the lower end of the tempo scale.
I can only imagine the bewilderment in that.
The kids were just looking at their shoes. I mean, and I was like bopping my head, and I didn't want to bop too hard to get like make the kids think I knew the song. So I was just bopping it because it's like, oh, this is a nice beat. Moves. This is like a nice beat. Oh my god, the crowd at that show is not my crowd. Let me tell you. All right, it was the No Jumper Ham on Everything crowd, basically.
Ham on Everything.
They're like a group that does parties out here with No Jumper adjacent artists and similar overlapping fan bases, it seems.
Why am I not surprised?
Fairfax yo-yo-yos, basically. Like Fairfax yo-yo-yos, like dripped out in the latest Supreme and, you know, all the streetwear and Golf Wang and all that stuff. And
Golf Wang.
All the No Jumper, whatever. All that kind of crap. And they're in there and they're getting lit and vibing, you know?
Well, they were trying to, but then Second Childhood came on, which robbed them of their first childhood, apparently.
It's true. You can't play second if they're not even really, you know, through their first.
They're not done with the first, and you're going to ruin it by playing the second. You know? So, Alex Toomey, what do we learn about him? We learn, I guess he's a dusty at heart.
Yep, he ain't black.
Well, we know that. We ain't need to learn that. Where's Biden?
And you ain't black.
Yeah.
And I'll say this. Young Thug, a better live performer at that point in time, which was like 2015-ish, 2016, the latest.
Okay.
I think it was like late 2015. A better live performer than I thought he would be.
Huh. Really?
Yeah, he was pretty good. Like,
okay.
When I saw Wayne in 07, I mean, most of the problems were due to the sound system, but, like, he wasn't great live. He's gotten a lot better since, but, like, Thug early on was decent, pretty decent live. He's gotten better himself.
Huh. He always struck me, I mean, from footage I'd seen early in his career, the kind of dude that, you know, would rap over the track and kind of just stand there. You know, it was a mix. The hooks were on the beats still. Okay.
The hooks and like the ad libs, but the verses he wasn't rapping over MP3s. They were like what I would call like TV tracks.
Got it. Right. So a little bit of support, but like,
yeah, but no, if I recall, no hype man.
Wow. He was just up there.
Yeah. So you need those backing vocals in the beat.
Yeah. Okay, well, shoot. I mean, I know he's good now. I mean, I've seen him, the NPR thing.
Yep.
And things of that nature. It's like, you can't do that unless you actually know how to perform your songs. So, yeah. All right.
He was better than I expected. He wasn't like on my list of all-time great performers.
Okay.
But that early on in his career to be able to do so, and earlier Thug music is sometimes kind of complicated to nail live.
Right. Yeah, I would. Yeah, I mean,
so he was doing pretty good, and part of performing is also knowing when to put the mic out to the crowd and let them finish a line or two.
Right. Here's a question: you ever seen E-40 perform?
I haven't actually.
Me either. I'd like that.
I haven't had many opportunities.
I've seen him perform, but on illegal NBA streams at halftime of Warriors games. So, I wasn't there.
No, I'm saying in person. I haven't had many opportunities to. I honestly, I'm trying to see DJ Quick because I've never seen him live, and I've missed 3 of his shows already since I lived out here.
Oh no!
So I'd like to see him.
You gotta get on that.
If I lived in the Bay, I feel like being able to see E-40 would probably be a little bit easier.
Okay, yeah, I would think.
Sometimes it comes down to, though,
the Bay from LA, it's
5 hours.
Oh, okay. Well, hey, I mean, that's I drove. That's from here to Michigan. That's when I drove up to see Van Beer. How deep is your love for E-40? Okay, as Drew Hill would
I don't
say.
I don't like to drive.
Okay, that's fair.
I don't like to drive. I'll drive up to an hour and 30 minutes to see him. It's never the drive there. It's the drive back,
I do know. Because you're sustained on the hype and the excitement on the way up there.
It's
you're
an
going
adventure,
to see something. Right.
Yeah.
But once it's over, it's just depression. On the way back, there's nothing to look forward to anymore. So I feel you.
I'll see DJ Quick, though, for sure.
I hope you do. I hope you get to see.
You know what it is, though? It's there are these shows. They're oftentimes kind of these West Coast legend shows. So you'll see DJ Quick, Corrupt, Too Short, all these different Sugar Free. They all put them on one bill, and they don't promote these shows very well because I don't know about them until after they've happened. I'll just be let's check Quick's Instagram. Let's see if anything's going on with him. I'm like, God damn it! I missed a show 2 weeks ago.
Well, maybe it's because the West Coast legend shows, they figure, if you're really from the West, when it's happening, you know what's going on. Maybe they just think they don't have to promote because it's I don't know. But you gotta get on top of that. Life is short, man. You really want to be laying up in the deathbed man, I never got to see Quick. Never got to see E-40. What kind of dying thoughts are those? Get on top of that.
Mel, you've been to 15 shows.
That's a lot of shows.
All right, I'm burnt out on shows. I did too many shows.
Let me see. I've been. I could have gone.
I've been around the world and okay? I can't watch no more shows. I'm telling you.
Well, listen, that's that white privilege. You got to go
to
all these shows. I didn't get to go all these shows.
I actually am a bit traumatized because I saw Mobb Deep in LA. I think that was the last concert I went to see in 2016. And then Prodigy died, and I haven't been to a show since.
Oh, man.
That's a true story. I have not seen a rap concert since Mobb Deep. Or any concert, I don't think.
Is there a part of you that feels like that kind of just needs to be the end? In tribute to him, it's just let that be the last
because I gotta see Billy Joel one more time.
Well, I mean, he's not a rapper, though.
Yeah, I gotta see Tay-Lo. I've never seen Tay-Lo.
Oh, right.
And I gotta see DJ Quick. I mean, that's just a must.
Okay.
It's a total must.
All right. Yeah, I mean, I don't remember all the rap shows I've been to. I know the ones I could have gone to and missed out on. I bought tickets for a J. Cole show. Didn't get to
We
go.
heard about that. That's on...
that's on me.
That's on This is Melvin.
Well, yes, it's on the show. This is
popular
the award-winning
show.
YouTube series, but the actual fault of me not attending is on me. That's definitely on me. You know,
very few artists that at some point or another I haven't seen in some capacity now. I haven't seen Outkast. That kind of bums me out. I haven't seen Stevie Wonder yet. I never got to see Prince. Does he still perform? Stevie?
Yeah.
Yeah, he does. Not like, he doesn't like tour, but he does shows every now and then.
Okay. I technically could have seen Prince, but I don't think my parents went to see him when I was in the city. I wasn't invited. So I guess I could have seen him, but they never usually.
You couldn't have seen him. You weren't invited.
I wasn't invited. Why wasn't I invited, Dad? What gives?
He took Moulz, that white privilege. He called up his boy Moulz. He said, "Yo, Captain."
Oh my God.
What do you think? Myself, my wife, I got a +1. I mean, what do you think? You want to roll with us? I'm like, me? What about Mel? He's like, oh, forget about him. We know about him. I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, that was a rocking show. They said, Moulz, you just said you never saw Prince. I said, at the time, he was the artist.
Okay. Right. Nice Louvo.
But yeah, I got nothing else on this. Right? They might be taping. I mean,
listen, I warned them. E-40 warned them. They might be taping. I like it a lot. It's a Rick Rock sample. It's a Rick Rock beat. E-40 is being E-40. You know? What more could you possibly want?
I think they might want track 9.
I think they might want Sean. I'm sorry. He'll be.
We needed Sean. We needed Sean to really make this a movie. But this is like a short film. Good Kid, Mad City.
Look. I hope above all that we did justice to E-40. That Sean doesn't feel like his absence robbed E-40 of a proper, proper coverage.
I think the analysis of this song was going to be what it was. Regardless, I just wanted to talk to Sean.
He's the homie. We have to talk to the homie.
But I don't want to make him feel bad. He'll be back.
He'll be back. Listen, life is stupid. Okay, anything could have happened. We don't know. We haven't heard from him, so it's we'll hear from him. Okay. And Sean, we got you. What did Drake say? What is it? I got you.
No.
I got us.
Wait, hold on. Sean's coming.
He's coming?
He's coming.
What are you talking about?
He's back. He's coming.
What?
He's coming. Just what I said. He just got back to me.
Just now?
Well, like 8 minutes ago, but I didn't see it because we were doing the show.
Oh. I mean, how are we going to handle this?
Just hang out for a second.
Oh, my God. Well, this will be a rap rankings first. He might crash. He might crash the party. Let's see. I don't know. I don't know how this is going to work. Anyway. Well, we're waiting to see if he shows up. I guess while we wait to see if he shows up, I'll try to remember all the rap shows I've been to. Yeah, I think the first rap show I ever attended was probably, what is this, NPR? What am I doing? I didn't talk about rap shows. All right, that's for Sean to do. That's his gimmick. # rap shows. I'm gonna talk about what I'm gonna talk about. I don't know. I'll talk about my Domino's order. I got it loaded up right here. So folks, you want to order like Mel? You want to eat like Mel? Get a 16-piece Parmesan bread bites, a medium thin crust pizza, right side bacon, pepperoni on the whole thing. Get 10-piece plain wings. I know what you're thinking. Plain wings from Domino's? Them wings don't hit like that. You got to put some. I feel you. Just calm down, okay? You got to get the dipping cups, okay? Because I don't want them slathered in the sauce. You got to get the plain wings. Then you get a hot buffalo dipping cup. And you get a sweet mango habanero dipping cup. And then you top all this off with a large Brooklyn-style pizza. And
Hello?
That's how you get... Hello?
Yeah, I'm back.
You're back?
Yeah, I have to step out and get a drink.
What? I thought you were arranging to get Sean.
I did. He said, asked for the link. I sent it to him. Then I went out. I went out of the room.
Wow, this man doing all kind of stuff, not warning the audience.
What do you mean? I just went to get a drink. Some brisk iced tea.
If you couldn't listen, okay, we got a scale, right? Some have said it's kind of academic. With that being said, it's like school. You don't just get up and leave and go pee. You got to ask the teacher.
What do you mean? I am the teacher.
You're not the teacher.
Who's the teacher?
Me.
Well, then who the hell am I?
I
must be the principal.
No. Listen, who's the one who's always calling out grammatical errors? Hey, what's my nickname? AP English Mel. I'm clearly the teacher.
Mel. Jaguar.
It's not enough for you to be the captain.
Jaguar, Viginette. Come on.
Jaguar, Viginette, Ethereal back in the day.
We know about you, all right?
Yeah. You know about me. Jaguar right.
Anyway. No, you're Jaguar wrong, okay?
Nice, I like that. Yeah, I was just telling the people that my Domino's order. You know?
You have some food coming?
No, it's not coming. I have to go get it on my tire that has a screw in it. You know.
What's going on with that tire?
I don't know, man. The conspiracy theory is that someone was disgruntled and punctured my tire last night, but I don't know.
Now, who in the world would do a thing like that?
I don't know. You know, I have an idea, but I don't know for sure. But anyway, I got this Domino's. I haven't placed the order. I'm glad I didn't, because I was about to place it because I thought we were wrapping up. But if Sean's showing up, then I got to hold out. You know?
You got to hold out.
Yeah, I was telling him about that Brooklyn-style pizza at Domino's. I was going to say, I'm glad you weren't here to try to talk down on it with your New York, but, you know.
Well, I'd rather eat Domino's Brooklyn-style pizza than have some place out here in L.A. make like a $4.50 facsimile of a New York-style pizza, you know, and try to piss in my mouth and tell me it's raining, you know?
Wait, is that how the phrase goes?
I don't know. Who gives a shit? Where's our friend?
I don't know. What a phrase. Where's our friend?
It's like a slasher movie, you know?
Yeah.
He's like out getting ice around the back and the slasher gets him.
Oh, no. E-40 is the slasher?
Shit. He'd be a crazy slasher.
E-40 as a horror movie like monster makes sense to me for some reason. You know, he'd spit like, you know, he'd be like a Freddy type of character. He'd be barred up. You know, he hits you with a bar before he kills you.
Always.
You know, like his arrival would be signal. It'd be like a glare off of his glasses or something. You know he's around because like you walk outside and like doors are ajar. It's like somebody's been ghost riding the whip, and it'll be a muscle car. That's how you know he's around.
He could send like phantom like ghost rides to come get you too. Like you might just be walking down the street and all of a sudden you can start getting chased by a vehicle. Doors are open. It's gas, brake, dip, you know, the whole thing, but it's coming after you, it's following you, it's pursuing you, and there's no one driving.
Oh, okay. And instead of like the freaking Jason, it'd be like, you know, ooh, yee, yee, something like that, you know? Listen, there's somebody at one of these stupid streaming services that would greenlight this. I'm convinced. They greenlight a lot of nonsense, all right? We could get this off the ground somewhere. Let me see. Hold on. Streaming.
Oh, I got it now. It just goes dum, 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 dum,
oh, right,
dum,
right. There
dum,
you
go. Dum.
Yeah. Okay, there you go.
Yo, that beat, though, from Gouda could be the beat. Could be the one.
It could.
Very scary, you know?
I'll load up the Gouda beat.
They ain't heard it?
Maybe not.
I think they heard it already.
I don't think we played it during the Gouda review.
Wow, Gouda us up.
All right, walk with me, folks. So check this out. It'd be something like this. Here it goes.
Gouda. Sick with the records.
Come on, that's creepy.
Me. Warner Brothers.
There's no place to run. There's no place to hide.
Ooh. Look
Oh,
out,
bro, that's
Pimp.
terrifying.
Never on the grind entertainment. Stovetop Productions. Ooh. Hustlers are us. My game sharper than the elephant's cuss. Me, myself, and I don't.
Okay, bro. You're telling me you wouldn't watch that movie?
I would.
Okay, I'm trying to see which service we should shop this to.
Now, this is, to be fair, although it's a funny concept, we do know you have already stated you're actually afraid of E-40 to some extent.
I am. So maybe I'm not the best person to trust with with the viability of this concept.
Right.
Maybe it's just me that's scared. Okay, we can the Stars app. They'll
Stars,
do it.
well, look, they got Power. The BMF show. They got all these 50 Cent shows.
Yeah, he's like the CEO of Stars these days. He'll do it. He'll put a fellow hip hopper on the station. Maybe I can hit up my friend Ting. She dropped a film on that Paramount Plus. I can see about getting us on there.
Oh, Paramount Plus. Okay.
Yeah. Listen, we got so many options. All right. We're getting this movie done. It's called it's gonna be a franchise. It's called Yay. Oh wait, okay. I've been saved from my bad workshopping. It seems he's arrived.
Hello?
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 Can you hear me? Please
Yes.
say yes.
Yeah, we can.
I've been struggling for quite a while.
Oh, my God.
Man.
What's up, man?
To
We're
quote
glad
the
you
song-
made it.
To quote the song. Goodness.
This is
I'm
a first,
glad
by the
you
way.
made it. This is the
I'm glad
first
to
that
be
someone has ever been able to show up like mid, or like you crashed the recording. This is actually
Bam.
amazing. Yeah.
Oh, yeah!
What's it? Folks, he's in the building.
Like the Kool-Aid Man. Thank you. Thank you. That's the most applause I've gotten this century. Okay, that's not true. Maybe 10 years.
Wow.
So, Sean, man, how's it going? I mean, it's first time, long time, really, for both of us.
For a long time.
Yeah.
Big fans back before the rap rankings days, obviously.
Yep. Yeah, we were telling him a little bit about that, you know.
That's still my number one hip-hop album of 2014. I haven't heard anything better than Futility. I'm standing by that. I'm serious.
I appreciate it.
No
I
joke.
appreciate
No,
it.
you got to give yourself a gunshot for that one.
All right, okay. All right. Yeah, we usually don't hype up what we consider to be our good material on this show, but I'll take that compliment. I'll take that.
I'm still on the I'm not sure about To Pimp a Butterfly. I might have to knock it down. I'm still not sure yet.
Wow.
I'm thinking about it.
Folks, this is proof. I'm glad he's here to prove that I did have, somewhat of a successful moment in my career,
As someone who once wrote brilliant rap lyrics that like 5 people liked, I feel you. You might have had more than 5.
Yeah,
you
I
had more than
like
me.
16,
There you go.
No,
That's about 5 more than I had, about 11.
What were the downloads on Hot and Ready Part 2, Mel?
Part 2? Oh, you don't want to know what that was.
I could pull up my SoundCloud numbers right now, but
that's the project where I feel like you could tell who the real heads were because it was only available for 24 hours.
I downloaded that joint. I just put when DMX passed, I put the 3017 on one of my playlists.
Oh man, really?
Mm-hmm.
Funny thing, I played that for my therapist, and she looked at me like I belonged in her office. So
yeah. So I see why you're here.
Yeah,
that's terrible. The song's not terrible, but like I want you to hear this.
It was really about making sure she understood that I was supposed to be there. Because I got the sense that she was like, I don't know, he seems to be all right. And I'm like, no, trust me, I need to be here.
Okay. Yeah, now you've given me an idea. Now I should do that. But here are my notebooks. You think if I should tell me if you think I belong here or not.
That's the best way to go about it to me. You know, I just play my worst, most worrisome songs, and I usually
that
works.
Did happen, not to a therapist, but to I think it was someone I was talking to. I don't even think I was trying to date this person. I was just like, here, read these, tell me what you think. And they gave the book back.
Oh, man. This is a very relatable hour, I must say.
Yeah, I skipped some steps, but that's basically what happened. It was like, I that was the end of that friendship.
Wow.
So this is a bit unorthodox because we already reviewed the song. Full disclosure, we thought you may have had some sort of scheduling mishap, so we thought, oh, damn,
well, we were in the process of, the idea was that you were in the middle of a horror movie starring E-40 as a slasher, and
there
perhaps he had, got to you. You know?
Went to get ice.
He has not gotten to me.
You had to leave for a second. You went around the back of the cabin to get some ice. I don't know, the ice was in the back of the cabin.
He was chasing me. I was doing $150 in Solano County.
Nice.
But I do want to get your take on the song. Just to let you know, I gave the song a 7+. Mel gave it
an 8-. I like it.
You know what? Because that's what I've been going back and forth on this whole time. I'm like, is it a 7+? Is it an 8-?
Wow.
And I'm still going back and forth, but I'm like in the pantheon of 40 Water songs, like if I'm just going off of E-40 by himself, I would give it a 7+. I'm gonna go with 7+. But in the pantheon of this album, I would say it would be like if these were the only songs that existed, it would be an 8-. But I'm gonna go with 7+.
Okay. All right.
Now,
7+.
Sean, let me ask you about this album. Because you said to me before we came on the air, you were mentioning that you did not want to come on for Tell Me When to Go or You and Dad. You said anything. You said anything but that.
I don't mind Tell Me When to Go. Tell Me When to Go bangs, but You and That. I had issues because, as your listeners may or may not know, I'm from the Bay Area represent.
In the building.
So, always. Dub Nation, tell them we back up.
We back up. We back up. We are back up.
Hold on,
I'm gonna hit a drop that Moulz never lets me hit because he's a hater.
No, do it.
I'm gonna hit it
because it's going down.
It's going down. I'm so glad we back up.
What is this? What is this nonsense he's gonna play?
Here we go.
Curry fakes. Curry for 3.
Oh God!
There we go.
I need a Mike Green double bang. But
we gotta get a bing bong drop, Mel.
No, we ain't doing bing bong. They're one game over 500.
We gotta
they gotta get back up in the ratings.
The closest thing that Moulz gets to a bing is this.
Go New York, go New York, go!
I like that. Hit the damn music.
You know,
I like that song. That song's an 8.
It's a good song.
Look, Mel took that little clip as a soundboard drop because he patronizes New York. He ducked. We all know it.
Right, but I got to give props. A Warriors legend, Alec Burks, is doing his thing in New York. He was on the 15-win Warriors squad, and he played well enough to get that Knicks contract, and he's balling out. So shout out to Alec Burks. Shout out to Rap Rankings fan Alec Burks.
I gotta tell you, Mel, congratulations, you too, Sean. You know, the Dubs are back up. Listen, I've always been one of the most impartial sports viewers of all time.
Really?
I don't have a team.
He's often given me reports from sports.com. Oh, no. I can't make this up.
I don't have a team. I just
sports.
I just know
like Yago sports team.
I see each individual athlete. I kind of get a read on them. I feel out their vibe, and then I tell Mel what to avoid and who to invest in.
Right. So you're Rob Lowe at the Super Bowl in the NFL hat.
Yes, exactly. You know,
no NFL. Yeah. Got it. I don't even know what we're talking. We're talking about You and That. Oh, so since I'm from the Bay, I associate, if you say, let's put on an E-40 song, I'm expecting, something that sounds like it's from the Bay Area, like Captain Save a Ho or Spring, something like that. And then when the Lil Jon thing happened, I was conflicted because I'm like, oh, the Bay Area ambassador's finally getting his blow up. He's finally getting his shine. But it's on a Lil Jon beat. I'm like, this is not what I asked for.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right, but the difference between a You and Dat, which we'll get to soon, and Tell Me When to Go, which we've discussed earlier, Tell Me When to Go is Lil Jon adapting to the Bay Area sound.
Yeah, that's a hyphy Lil Jon beat. Lil Jon can do Bay Area beats. He worked with Too Short back in the 90s. So
yeah, we were talking about
You and That is You and That is the ringtone rap era, like that's 2006. That's what 2006 sounds like.
Yes,
it's obvious.
That's what I was
now,
saying. It's so mid 2000s, like absolutely.
Like with the benefit of hindsight, going back to this album and like, oh damn, they really front loaded like all the Rick Rock stuff, all the hyphy stuff is in the first half, and then all of this down south stuff is pretty much in the second half.
The back half, it's true.
Yeah,
they knew they had two audiences to satisfy. So
yes.
Like, this is your side, this is their side.
I mean,
and we're still in Slapperville as far as I'm concerned.
So yeah, I don't have a problem with You and That, but I'm not gonna go out of my way to talk about it for more than than we just talked about it. Put it that way.
Right. And who could blame you? I mean, it was a heavily played radio single.
It was a hot single.
Yeah,
and it brought homegirl from Escape, got her career back up because of that.
Oh man,
because she wrote the hook. Was that before or after Real Housewives started?
I would think before.
I think so.
I think before.
I believe you're correct.
Yeah. You know, I was
Those were the two songs I said I didn't want to do specifically. Because that sounds about right.
Yeah, you were saying anything but those, and then you were trying to decide between this one and Do Your Head Like This.
Oh, Do Your Head Like This, which is probably the best beat on the album. I'm just going to say it.
It's a great beat. It's a great beat.
As E-40 would say on the DJ Shadow album, tremendous blap, humongous throb.
Nice.
I love that beat. But this beat is no slouch either.
Oh, absolutely not.
So, this one has like the little old school dinghy. I don't know the names of synth instruments, but it has that old school bell ring, like the Rock the Bells ring.
Mm-hmm.
So it has like that big ballin' with my homies vibe. And of course it has that Bay Area sound that I want in an E-40 song.
Yes.
I don't know what sound it is, but it's that I can make the sound. Because that's what, if you hear that beat, it came from Oakland or San Francisco,
right,
or Richmond.
Right. Yeah,
now, you're a big E-40 fan, Sean.
You know?
Where does this album sort of fall for you in his pantheon overall, the whole body of work?
I didn't go through the whole list in my head, but I know the top tier ones are In a Major Way, Charlie Hustle, Federal, and I like that Practice Makes Paper. That shit was that went. I like that album a lot. I would put that one.
That's
at
a
the
newer
bottom
one,
of
right?
the upper tier. Yeah,
that's a newer
Practice Makes Paper. I will put that in the upper tier or the lower part of the upper tier. Nice. It went. Even though I was not a fan of Bet You Didn't Know.
You
the Wikipedia song?
Okay, see, now I'm a fan of that record.
I remember that you like this song. I was like, I mean, someone probably didn't know. Then you didn't, so you learned.
You know, I mean, I will admit it's a goofy Mel classic. Like, it's a goofy song.
He was doing like Yahoo Facts, the song.
Yeah.
Like, did you know dogs and bees can smell fear?
Yeah, I was a big fan of that.
And they thought he was preaching. I would say he was not preaching, but something like they might be taping. I would say he's more preaching, but he's preaching like the hood gospel, like rules and regulations from Charlie Hustle. Like, these are tips. Write these down.
Usable information.
These are important.
Yeah, I was telling Moulz earlier, they might be taping, like, I've never sold drugs. I was telling them, it's not me in the sense of, like, the feds looking out, but it's like, I'm thinking of, like, on the smut sites, keyloggers and people hacking into they're taping, all right,
Yeah, and everybody's taping. They got cameras at work pointed at the workers and not the customers or the merchandise. It's everywhere. We all got a computer chip in our pockets that tracks all our data with a map in it.
You know?
And then you talk about of some food you want, and then you get an email about a coupon for that exact place. Yeah, though, it was pretty prevalent. It's pretty interesting that he predicted this. That he was just talking about the feds tapping your phone because you were moving weight, but little did he know that everyone would be recorded in a database.
Yeah, regardless of occupation.
Well, in 2006, it was they might be taping. If he recorded now, it was they are taping.
That's what I was saying. You know, it's no longer a might. Yeah, they do be taping. Would be the updated version. Absolutely. But
yeah, I bet you didn't know you have to keep your fucking blowover over at a relative's house. That's something you need to know.
Yeah, that's good advice. You know, I would think so.
Yeah, it's a game spitter. I like the other thing about an E-40 song being from the Bay is that I like fast talking E-40. That's E-40 to me, obviously. Okay. So when he came in, Lil Jon, I was like, oh, I'm glad he's blowing up, but why is he rapping so slowly? He's doing like it's kind of an old school flow.
Right.
I can't think of a song where he did it, but probably like Yay Area, which is a great song.
Yeah.
But he's just kind of like, just goes, I think it was like the West ain't been the same without Pac. Thank God for E-40 and Rick Rock. Like it's like a Beastie Boys bar. But it's E-40, so I still like it. But
we
I
were
like
playing
the motor
a bunch
mouth
of different
E-40.
joints earlier. Like, what was it, Mel? Hidden a Lick with Sibo?
Oh, yeah.
The way he's rapping on there, like, you know, where he's kind of doing the double time, but he's weaving in and out of that.
Technical showcase, yeah.
He goes off.
Yeah.
One of my favorite ones, I wrote it down once. It was on Breaking News. It was like quiet on the set, and I was like, "What are you getting around?" He goes, "E-40 Bill Fonte, the greatest gang speeder of all time, B-Town vet." I'm like, "Oh my goodness!" He just fit like 17 words in one bar.
This is what we've been saying the whole review about this guy. Like they like to dismiss him as like some sort of like joke, and I'm like, no, this is a legitimate
the greatest game spitter of all time, V-Town vet, and that's a complete sentence that he spit in like a second. Who does that?
You know, who does that? That's the
Nobody.
perfect phrase to describe.
And that's
who does
that. This uniqueness that we keep honing in on. This complete originality.
Mm-hmm. And I know the first time I heard him, the very first time, my stepdad had the Mailman, and I wanted a copy because I wanted Captain Sabo, obviously. But I'm listening to him, I'm like, why? He's from Vallejo. Why does he talk like he's from London or something? He's got like an accent.
Wow, so this was like shocking even to people from the Bay.
Even in the Bay. It took like a second.
Okay.
It didn't take like, you know, the wider hip hop community seemed to have took like 10 years before they got used to it. For me, it was like 13 months.
Okay. That's interesting.
It might have not even have been that long. It might have been when I heard him do the ad-libs on Spice One Moulz Mel, and I was like, this dude's voice is sick. I know when it was D-Boy's Got Love for Me on Spice One America's Nightmare.
And
he was reach into my Fruit Looms and pull out my strap.
That's
a classic. Reach into your dun-dun-duns and pull out your strap.
I'm a big dun-dun fan.
Yeah.
Big fan of that phrase.
But yeah, at first I was like, his voice is funny.
Right, I mean,
like that.
You know, and for some people, that's like the barrier. They can't get past it. And me, that was the entry point. I'm like, okay, you already got me.
When the Source gave Hall of, I always do this and it makes me mad. I always call Hall of Fame, Hall of Game, and Hall of Game, Hall of Fame. So I don't even know which one is which anymore. One's an E-40 album and one's a Big Sean album.
The Hall of Game is E-40. Hall of Fame is Big Sean.
Yeah.
Thank goodness. But Hall of Game, Source gave it 4 mics and they got all these letters. When they do the letters to the Source, they were like, why are you giving him? He don't talk straight.
Dude,
what are you talking about?
Sean, up in New York, you know, I was mentioning up top on part 1 that I was facing a lot of resistance from my peers trying to get this music in the rotation. And they were looking at me. They're like, what's wrong with this guy? He's bringing MF Doom, Dizzy Rascal, Little Brother. Now he's got this Devin the Dude. And now he's trying to get us to listen to who? E-40?
Not Devin the Dude. You can't get down with Devin the Dude. You're missing out.
You know, it's like I can't imagine having such a like.
Now his voice I liked immediately. That's a great voice.
I told Moulz, I was like, when he put me on to Devin the Dude, I'm like, I'm upset nobody's ever told me about this guy. Like, what is, like, what's going on here? You know, I can't imagine.
It was tough. Like, before the regional boundaries got eroded completely, there was still a bit of like a New York snobbery about some people where if you weren't an East Coast rapper, like not just New York, but like, you know what I'm saying, like Boston, Detroit.
No, even Jersey.
Yeah,
I
Jersey.
still remember
like,
I did college visits in, I'm going to date myself, but fuck it. I did college visits in 96,
Okay.
and I went to an East Coast school, and they were sitting around like, I don't like this Tupac album. Put on that Fugees again.
Oh, wow.
And then I visited a school in LA, and they were sitting around. This is way better than this. This Tupac is great. It's way better than that Fugees album because they had both come out at the same time. And I was like, "What's wrong with you?" And both times I was like, "What's wrong with you?" Because in the Bay we listen to both, and then some.
Right. Yeah.
And Master P.
You know,
all that, and then some.
Yeah, I just.
But there was a bias, especially at the time.
A huge bias. I mean,
by 2006, though, that had gone away.
Not where I was living at the time. I was living on Long Island. Yeah, because I was living on Long Island at the time. So
but everything sounded like "This Is Why I'm Hot." How could you tell the difference?
Yeah, but the problem was that like Wayne, they weren't feeling the rise of Wayne. They were pushing back against this. They were pushing back against all this stuff. What do you mean with who?
Like, well, what rapper were like, don't listen to Lil Wayne, listen to this person?
Oh, Saigon, Papoose.
Oh, yeah. those
that
great
was
makers
time
of albums and singles.
Yes, that was the time, though, where it was like, you had a lot of prospectors on the East Coast, like, nah, like, there's so much more to come, just you wait, you know?
Wait till these guys who are great on, like, a radio freestyle show learn how to make 10 songs.
It's funny because we're just now like, what was it? Moves like Papoose was Ed Sheeran like the other week.
Yeah, Papoose. Ed Sheeran.
And we count that as a breakthrough. That just now happened.
It's happening. It's all happening.
It is finally happening. The other funny thing is there was a Bay Area rapper named Papoose, and I'm like, who is this? He was in the 90s. Wow. And I was like, this can't be the same person because this is a whole different region and a whole different period of time.
I mean, he could have relocated, popped back up.
It couldn't be him. It's not.
That's like, you know, that's like the Havoc and Prodigy.
Oh, yeah,
I listened to SCC first, so I was big. I was like, fuck those other guys because I was on In Gats We Trust. I said, I don't care about these other guys. Weren't they teenagers? No, I don't need that. I need this hardcore. They're not grimy enough for me.
Wow.
Yeah, I was kind of late. I was wrong on that. I admit it. I was wrong.
Oh, well, you know,
I like both of. I like both having.
We have a great drop for that actually.
It's a drop for a situation. Exactly. The drop bank has gotten out of hand, but it's perfect situation for this.
It's okay to be wrong.
It's okay to be wrong.
It is okay to be wrong.
That's not the drop, Mel.
Oh, which drop?
The Hannah Montano drop.
Oh, listen. No. If I'm not mistaken, you're a bit of a Disney Channel aficionado.
Yeah, the 2011, 2014, 15 Disney Channel. That was the peak.
Okay, so you might
right there.
You would have caught this. Yeah, listen.
Everybody makes mistakes. Everybody has those days. Everybody knows what I'm talking about. Everybody gets that way. That's right.
Everybody makes mistakes. That's right.
My goodness.
Yeah.
I actually wasn't that big in Hannah Montana. I was on the other side of that. Like Wizards of Waverly Place, that was my joint.
Yeah, see, that was the generation that started right after. Like me, I was probably like 03 to like 08. So I caught,
Cheetah Girls, Even
Stevens, Sweet
Corey
Life,
in the House.
Corey in the House, That's So Raven.
Sweet Life.
Other than
Sweet Life on Deck.
Yeah.
Other than Sweet Life on That's Dick So Raven, no I have no idea what these shows are.
Sweet Life on Dick.
Yeah.
Yeah, Disney Channel, I don't know what they had. It was calling me, man. It was calling me.
I mean, I'll tell you the reason I even started. I didn't start watching the Disney Channel until I was like 10. And the reason was because I moved to my other grandparents' house at the time. And I was a big fraidy cat. And I realized, because I was a smart enough kid, this is the only channel that doesn't show horror movie commercials,
So
at night.
They couldn't turn to it?
Yeah, it was all within the Disney compound. Like, they only show Disney-related things. So I'm like, this channel's safe. I won't see commercials for, like, Darkness Falls.
You will only see commercials for other Disney Channel programs.
Exactly. And that's how I ended up with a crush on Allison Stoner.
Wait, Mel, you're saying even when it came to television, you ducked?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. I absolutely ducked.
Yeah, I can't say, since I already dated myself with the college story, I can't give a reason why I was watching Disney Channel in the early 2010s that would be appropriate.
Well, the programming, it's decent. It's decent programming.
It reminded me of TGIF ABC, like you just leave the TV on and it's just bad sitcom blocks. They're like these dumb family members and their stupid jokes, and sometimes there would be an entendre that should not have been on the show. I'm like, how'd they get away with that?
Look,
my favorite one, I'm gonna pull it out from Wizards of Waverly Place. They had the Luchador episode. It's not a dirty joke. They were doing Luchador wrestling, and one of the guys wanted powers. They gave him wrestling powers. He said, "My wrestling name is Lava Sus Manos." And then when he got in the ring, he said, "Lava Sus Manos is about to get his hands dirty."
Oh my god!
I was like, "That's genius, genius, genius."
Listen, get Vince McMahon on the phone, okay? He needs all the help he can get.
Also, since you weren't in this era, I was watching the Disney Channel in this era. They did a battle rap movie, right?
I did not know this.
Starring Tyler Williams from Everybody Hates Chris. Isn't that his name?
Really? What? Really?
Yeah, that's him.
He was the son of Courtney B. Vance, was a preacher. He was a preacher's son who was a janitor or a waiter or a busboy at a club. And he was like, freestyle, I'm busting these dishes. I need to be busting these rhymes. I'm not even joking. You can look up Let It Shine. You'll see the commercial.
Yeah, I see it now. Trailer. Let It Shine. 2012.
And he was like, I'm busting these dishes. Need to be busting these rhymes. Whatever he said. And they were like, you can rap. You need to get up there. But he didn't have the look or the style. So I believe he had somebody else rap for him.
Huh.
And then, of course, there was a girl involved, and the girl liked the raps.
Of course.
And then when she went on a date with a guy, she's like, you didn't write these raps, did you? Some long, drawn-out thing. But by the end, they find out it's actually him, and they put him in the final battle instead, and he does the 8 Mile thing. And wins the rap battle.
Yeah, I see this trailer now.
Just think of this. It's Disney Channel. So the disses are just like, you got bummy shoes.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
Or you just got served by the waiter. And the whole crowd goes, oh. It's very, very tame battle. It's the tamest battle rapping I've seen since they stopped putting beats in battle raps, and I couldn't watch them anymore. Spoken word ass shit.
So not a fan of like this like URL.
Spoken word playground insults? Nah.
Wow.
It's not for me.
Okay.
It's not for me. I'm not saying they can't rap. I'm just saying I'm not.
It's a completely different.
It's a different
discipline than what's going on on a track. Like, because you couldn't do what they do on a track.
Because here's something what I used to do, again, dating myself. Do you remember Key Styles?
Oh,
Key Style battles and rap forums?
Yes.
I used to do that shit. Just free write rap lyrics at battle.
There's no beat, so basically...
Yeah, so what are you doing?
You can take as much time as you want in between each bar. There doesn't have to necessarily be... You don't have to count syllables as much. It's more of a performance art than anything.
What was funny to me was when you do the Key Style song and go, that was pre-written. I'm like, we're on a message board. It's all pre-written. Are you what?
Key Style culture is still alive. If you look up a beat on YouTube,
it's on YouTube. I've seen it. The Key Styles are back.
They're back in the comments. You got to look up any beat.
Seen them.
Look up an instrumental for a rap song that you like, and then scroll and look at the comments.
I have seen them on those tight beats. Those tight beat links.
They're on tight beats. They're on, instrumental
I've seen them on
remakes.
like West Side Gun comments. Like, I'm gonna rap. I gotta rap over this too.
The confusing thing about this is like I have a conspiracy theory that like it's one bot producing all of these, because if you've ever paid attention to them, there's like similarities.
They have the same drum pattern. They use a lot of the same patches, like the same patch.
Oh, I meant the commenters. Not even the type beats.
Too?
The keyboard freestyles.
The
key
style algorithm. Yeah. They probably made one.
Like they're eerily similar. Is all I'm saying. Like. Yeah. And
they are the same length and everything.
Right.
They're not 16s, they're like 12s.
No, check the chat. I just went on YouTube and I searched Rock Marciano instrumental.
Oh Lord.
I clicked the first one that I found. It was Alchemist beat, which made it even more perfect. I knew I'd find some raps.
Yeah. First comment is a rap.
Oh no.
When I flow, it be as hard as bones. Insane with rhymes from the mind. I need a brain scan for this barcode. It's time we use lines from the heart and soul.
That's not even. That's like a 6.5.
It's never even structured like
I
bars
guess you can get
be.
8 bars out of that. Maybe.
Oh man, this is something. Moses Castro 4 years ago. Tetrahedra from fetus to supreme leader, pineal became antenna receiver. I look European in search of utopia before fallopians.
Okay, so they put a Killer Priest filter on their bot.
Oh man, Moulz, that's your guy, right? That's
you listen to these new Killer Priest albums?
I heard this Summer End Cafe, I think it's called. Is that what it's called?
I don't know.
Oh, I wouldn't know.
I can't do it.
I'll say it's a vibe. Okay,
I'm sure it's a vibe.
It's a vibe.
Everyone's in their own vibes right now.
Yeah, I'd say.
So if you enjoy the vibe, ride it.
If you're like a big Killer Priest album, like heavy mental type stuff, you're not gonna like this album. It's him.
Well, I wasn't big in heavy mental either, but
okay, because this is like, you know what AG's been doing for the last 10 years?
Yes.
It's like that, but funkier, I guess, or like more retro tinge. Like it's going for like a very like
He's
hold
doing
music.
90s cosplay beat. He's doing 90s cosplay beats.
Like 90s hold music from like you call customer service.
Like easy listening?
Yeah, very much so.
Oh, that is a J Electronica vibe.
Very much so, yeah.
I want to know why he has like these SoundCloud rap album covers.
I was just wondering about
like
this Summer End Cafe. I saw this cover and I was like,
if it's SoundCloud rap, I might be in.
Some of the stuff that he's been doing has been like very contemporary sounding as well.
Okay.
He's made a bunch of projects.
Does he have any songs about drip? Because I might have to click on it.
I think we're getting close.
Drip God.
I think we're getting close.
Big up, Drip God, Ocean Gang.
That's the thing about this new slang. Like, I might look at it with a side eye. Eventually, it'll somehow work its way into my lexicon in earnest.
It'll show up on a TV show eventually.
It's just...
There'll be some teenager on a show that's going to say something is wavy, and then it's going to be all over.
Yeah. I mean, my dad just picked up drip like the other week because he's teaching ROTC, and he showed like his homecoming pictures to the students. They're like, "Oh wow, Mr. Birch, you had drip."
Yeah, I think drip got big because of Skip Bayless.
Oh yeah,
and his Drip Bayless posts.
Yeah, with the Jordans.
Where he's just wearing all black and Jordans. So that's like partial drip.
Yeah.
I actually was wearing a Warriors mask somewhere, and I asked someone if this was drip, and they said it was not.
Oh, see, well, they don't know drip, okay? No. Drip is in the eye of the
But of
beholder.
course, this is when the Warriors had Kent Bazemore on their team, so it might not have been drip because they just were just not that good at the time.
They were dark. It was dark. It was dark.
It wasn't that dark last year.
It wasn't as dark as it has been.
Okay.
No, the 15-win season?
I mean, yeah, that's dark. That's dark.
We got two Warriors over here.
Warriors.
So I can't get my jokes off about Steve Kerr being the only one that's really dripping out here.
He's made
He is
spinal
dripping.
fluid dripping jokes for years now, and I've had to fight him over it. Okay, you know, it's actually no. I think I've taken part in the jokes too, but it's because you can't beat him, join him. You know, I was trying
Might
to
as
disarm
well.
him.
He's the real drip god, though, for real.
He is drip god.
He's the drip guy for sure.
I mean, how many people can say they just punched Michael Jordan?
He
And then they
punched
stayed.
Jordan.
He punched
Stayed
Jordan,
on the team.
and it made Jordan like him more.
Yeah, he earned
That's
his
some
respect.
GOAT shit.
Yeah,
Who
absolutely.
does that?
You know,
He's like, that's what I wanted from you.
that's what
Now
I
I'm
wanted
gonna
all
pass you the
along.
ball in the finals. You passed the test.
I mean, listen, much has been made about Jordan having, you know, psychopathic tendencies, but I mean, listen, it's how he wins. Adam
worked.
Sandler, this is how I win. This is how he
It
wins.
worked. It's like Demolition Man, but it worked.
That was actually, he was my first scouting. Big Michael Jordan fan back in the day. And it
Yeah.
began my legacy as always being able to pick out, you know, who the stars were.
Oh my God.
I'm not gonna plug myself, but I am gonna plug myself because I'm gonna tell you guys to do it. You're subscribing to me, aren't you?
What do you mean?
Are we?
Moulz on YouTube. Aren't you subscribing to me on YouTube?
You're
No,
on YouTube?
I didn't know you had a YouTube.
You said you subscribed to me when I sent you a link to something.
Oh, we know about him.
Hold on, let me
Moulz,
check.
Wow.
I'll check. Let me see. Hold on.
Because
We
I was
caught
gonna-
him.
Please do not play this.
Saying is crazy.
Because I don't know if it's gonna say saying it's crazy. It's
I don't
probably
know.
gonna be under my government.
Ah, okay.
What is it under? It might be under my email address. It might be under saying it's crazy. Because there's something about Michael Jordan on there.
I'm subscribed to
It's-
219 people
Yeah, that's
on
not
YouTube.
gonna help you.
So,
So I'm gonna plug my boy's show instead because it'll show up there. All you gotta do because you get the movie that stole my friend's show's idea. So all you gotta do,
Moulz, you can relate to that, right?
yeah, type in Michael Jordan's magic shoes.
Michael Jordan's magic shoes.
And you're gonna the first thing's gonna be like Mike because he stole my friend's idea about him getting Michael Jordan shoes
Oh,
and being
really?
magical. I mean, it wasn't the same, but because his story was
okay, I
about
see
Michael
this.
Jordan having magic shoes, but Bow Wow had magic shoes that were worn by Michael Jordan.
Right.
So,
Okay.
so they couldn't. So he wouldn't win the lawsuit if he had
so
sued him.
this is a 3-part video series.
It is.
The user is Derek the Ghost on YouTube.
Yes. It's very Dr. Seussian.
Okay.
It's about Michael Jordan having magic shoes and saving the world. And at the beginning of part 2, there's a special appearance by a balladeer who shall remain nameless. And it's a song about Michael Jordan.
Okay.
So yeah, that's at the beginning of part 2 and the end of part 3. But yeah, it's a nice family show. It's a family show about Michael Jordan having superpowers. He saves the world many times. It's like if Superman was a basketball player and living in a Dr. Seuss story. It's very
Yeah, I see someone's name in the credits here. So
Yeah.
I'll be sure to check this out.
I'm not in part 1, but I'm in parts 2 and 3. Oh, I'm the thumbnail in part 2. Good Lord. 287
Oh, look, I know all
views.
about having things on YouTube.
Put those numbers up. Those numbers up.
Oh, I see it. Yeah.
And I'm in a Kings shirt because that was the year the Kings were good.
Oh man.
Yeah, I used to get cursed out by little children on the street walking around Los Angeles in those shirts.
Oh really?
Mm-hmm. I remember 8-year-old girls was yelling, "Stop, Kobe's got a pound." I'm like, what the? I don't even know you.
Oh,
It's
I found what I subscribed to.
What was it?
Gobble
You didn't
Gobble.
subscribe to... Yeah, that's me.
Oh wow. Okay,
That's
so Moulz
actually
wasn't
me.
lying. Oh crap. All
That's
right.
actually me. Derek the Ghost is my friend.
It's Sean's government name is the name on the channel, and the description
That's
is
me. I
banned
said him
from
that when
SoundCloud.
Doom passed.
Yes.
That
I was
song was
subscribed.
banned from SoundCloud because I spit over a special herb.
Oh.
And you can't put special herbs on SoundCloud. So I put it on YouTube.
Yeah, they don't want you to do anything on there anymore. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's almost Thanksgiving. So yeah, you can put that's isn't the thumbnail someone in a turkey shirt or something?
Yes.
Yeah. So it's for the holidays.
Okay, just in time.
That's enough plugging myself.
Season.
That's
Well,
just
listen,
for your-
I was just
that's for
saying the
your
other
own
episode
enjoyment.
that Thanksgiving needs a song. So, you
It
know.
does. It's not about Thanksgiving at all.
Oh, okay.
It's not about Thanksgiving at all.
No,
It's
we
very,
have-
very,
We
very,
have
very
two great
dirty.
Thanksgiving songs already, Mel.
We do?
Yeah, we have the Thanksgiving song by Adam Sandler, and then we have that Nas song where he says, "You call it Thanksgiving, I call your holiday Hell Day."
Oh,
What song
okay.
is that?
I think it's "What Goes Around Comes Around" off of Stillmatic, but I can't be too sure because he spit so much knowledge over the years.
Oh,
did.
oh, dear.
That sounds
Okay.
more like something he would have said on the Untitled album, but I take your word for it.
Yeah, I typed the lyric. Yeah, it's what goes around.
Stillmatic. That's from the second half of Stillmatic, right?
It's like one of the last songs on there.
Yeah, that's why I'm not familiar.
Check it out; it's a good song.
Stillmatic side A all day.
Wow.
Side B, I might have to put something else on. We're not talking about Nas.
I think
Stillmatic
Sean,
side A, baby.
I think Sean missed out on me talking about the DJ at the Young Thug show playing
I
Nas'
did.
Second Childhood.
Oh,
Yeah.
I could talk about that too because in the LimeWire in the LimeWire era, when I downloaded Stillmatic before it came out, the song that was Second Childhood was not Second Childhood. It's called Second Something Else. It's on YouTube.
But it was still Nas?
Yo, it's Nas on a Primo beat. The Second Coming. But on LimeWire, it was labeled as Second Childhood. So I'm like, this Second Childhood is amazing. Oh my God. And then when I finally heard the official version of Stillmatic and Second Childhood came on, I said, what the fuck is this? And I never liked it's not Second Childhood's fault. I just thought it was a different song and was disappointed.
That's the LimeWire era.
It just pissed me off.
Hey, no, we were talking earlier, I think that, or maybe later, we recorded this guest spot at the very end of this episode, but there's a version of this album that I've had for years that was missing Gimme Head, and it had the remix as track 20 instead.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Of Ghetto Report Card?
Yeah, Gimme Head was missing, and She Say She Loved Me was track 18, Just Happy to Be Here was track 19, and track 20 was the official remix with Game, Kanye, and Ice Cube.
Oh, that must be
And-
some special edition.
No, it was
that
some
was just the
Or
Moulz
promo
edition.
edition? The Moulz
No.
edition.
Yeah.
that was basically the
The LimeWire edition.
the uploaders on Boxton getting cute with it and thinking they were going to create like a bonus track onto an
They
album.
remixed the song? They put a remix on there themselves?
Yeah, but I guess they deleted a track as well, so to keep it in even 20, and then they uploaded it like that.
It's probably for size issues or space issues. I still have... I had a Daft Punk album that I got off LimeWire, and there's a song. It was a song labeled "Short Circuit," and it's on my burn CD. It is not Short Circuit. It is not Daft Punk, but it knocks. When I heard that, I'm like, "This isn't Short Circuit." It's still on YouTube as mislabeled Short Circuit, and no one knows who made it.
I think, Mel, we
It's just
talked
some
about
cool house
recently,
song.
like, people think that Bobby McFerrin was Bob Marley back in the day.
Oh no!
Don't Worry, Be Happy by Bob Marley on, like, Napster and
Yeah, we talked about
LimeWire.
that.
My favorite one was the song that never existed, the Fiona Apple Marilyn Manson song.
Oh, that was a thing on there?
Yeah, it was. There was a link that went around. They're like, check out "Pop My Cherry" by Marilyn Manson and Fiona Apple. There was nothing on it. It wasn't even like a fake song. It was just a blank. Probably had viruses and shit on it. I don't know. It was
It's
blank.
probably a
The
virus.
fake songs
Yeah.
were incredible. TLC, Tupac, Biggie,
Oh,
Limp
it's the one,
Bizkit,
yeah, like
Eminem,
Tupac, Biggie, 50 Cent, Eminem.
Jay-Z.
LimeWire really was the original YouTube, because now you'd be like Eminem featuring Jay-Z, and it's just like
A mashup.
his
of some
verse
sort.
from the Real Slim Shady and a verse from Izzo over their beat they made,
Yeah.
and one of them's offbeat.
Yeah, you know, LimeWire is responsible for what has been referred to as Mel's porn addiction, and also me getting into hip hop. I mean, in a serious sense, like in a meaningful sense.
You can get all the music on there. I first was on there. I was just downloading 80s music. I was like, Bruce Hornsby on here? Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, you know, I mean, my first introduction to peer-to-peer things is like, I was telling Moulz I was at like my dad's friend's house and he was drunk on wine and he was like, look at this, give me artists. And I was like, Michael Jackson. And he's like, and we had to wait like 30 minutes because it was on dial-up back then. But eventually it populated on Napster and I'm like, wow, all that's free?
Album.
Yeah, you know.
I remember those days, the before DSL days, before cable internet. Wi-Fi was not even a gleam in anyone's eye.
Yeah. No, Wi-Fi was not in my house until 2000.
You click on Alicia Silverstone nude, and then like you'd see the top of a head for about 30 minutes, and then the computer would freeze, and you'd have to start the whole thing over again, and then when it would load up, it wouldn't be her.
Oh man, I thought that was just me.
It was the worst.
Yeah. Spent a lot of time on steakandcheese.com.
Stone Ages. It was rough.
Yeah.
It took me about a couple months after downloading all the Whitney Houston and Bruce Hornsby, and I said, "Oh, there's new music on here."
Yeah.
Let me get that Nerd album. That Nerd album that didn't come out till a year later.
Oh man,
that's one of my favorite possessions.
I'm sure the industry's happy that this doesn't happen anymore, but you know, albums leaking like months ahead of time. You know,
those
we don't get that anymore, but that happened then. You know.
No, now you just get someone in the media has a promo and they Dropbox it to you.
Yeah, that's about it. You know.
I was just searching for the version of My Love by Justin Timberlake, which had the Atlantic Records for T.I. clearance drops all over it.
I have a Prodigy song on a HNIC burn, and it's like, this is for radio purpose only. All over the song. It's probably on YouTube. It's like, this is for radio and promotional purposes only.
Of course, like back in the day, when you would get the better version, you'd scrap that old version, you know? Like, why would I want something with a clearance tag all over it? But now I wish I had it.
Those are rarities. Also, a lot of burn CDs do not make it.
No.
Some of them didn't last 2 years, but some of them still play, I think.
Yeah, we were
talking about some of them sound like
scratchy
vinyl, which is cool. The CDs are just like, we're scratchy vinyl now.
Hey, not for nothing, Sean. I've maintained my Discogs. I only mainly collect CDs. I don't buy vinyl, really.
Right.
And at the beginning of the pandemic, my CD collection, they give you like low end, medium, and high end. High end was close to $4,000. Now it's at like 57, 58, and I'm like, damn, the prophecy is coming. The CDs are about to be worth something.
Well, it's almost time. I kept these No Limit albums for a reason.
Oh, it's time. Check Discogs. See how they're doing.
Full Blooded Memorial Day is about to be worth a grip. Oh my goodness. What an awful album. I bought every one of those albums in '98, and I don't know why.
My mom did too. I just remember staring at all those album covers.
They were pretty colors.
Yeah, right. You know, I didn't know what was going on.
And they had like the Fisher Price plastic they put on them. That's the most indestructible CD case of all time.
It was like a colored plastic with grooves in it.
Whatever
and it's
it was,
unlike anything else.
It's
unlike
indestructible. You could flip the CD case backwards and the shit will just fall back again. The fuck do you make this out of? Then you get all like
the only case that won't crack.
Yeah, no crack, no scratch, nothing. It's amazing. No Limit had the high quality when it came to plastic. No Limit Plastics. Did anybody else use that plastic? Did like Cash Money use it?
No, I've
I think
seen
it was
other.
only No Limit.
I've seen other albums with it, but those could also be repacks.
Yeah. But No Limit, it was brand new. Here's your Ghetto D was the first one. I said, what is this? And it was orange, so it really looked like Fisher Price.
Yep. There was the blue, the red, the orange. There's a green one, I'm pretty sure.
had one. Oh, Mean Green. That was the Bay Area one where E-40 and Too Short were on there. It was No Limit / the Bay Area. Because Mean Green's a South radio personality. You know South in the Bay. Well, obviously, because that's the album we're supposedly talking about. Is a South in the Bay collaboration.
Yeah,
I don't think Lil Jon was ever on a No Limit album. The Neptunes were.
Oh, they were?
Oh, yeah. They were on 504 Boys, Goodfellas.
Yeah, I always forget they were doing stuff prior to
I cannot believe Master P has been on a Dre beat, a Neptunes beat. He hasn't been on a Quick beat, has he?
No, but Quick is on No Limit Top Dog.
Yeah.
Rapping
and he was on a RZA beat. That shit is fantastic to me. The mystical Old Dirty Bastard song. I said, this is all this.
That's a thing? A mystical Old Dirty song?
Mystical Old Dirty Bastard on the I Got the Hookup soundtrack. Produced by RZA. And it's a No Limit Wu-Tang mashup. And that's everywhere I want to be.
Oh man.
It's everywhere I want to be.
Yeah, I would have liked that last
It's
season.
like Wuha remix level historic. For me. If you're a No Limit fan and a Wu fan.
Yeah, I've only ever heard like the title track from that I Got the Hookup. So I didn't even know there was I'll Have You Hear Me.
No, that's where Soulja Slim first came from. His first single was on there.
We would do the daggone with kids in the schoolyard. It was like, I got the hiccups. That was what we would. Yeah.
Hiccup if you hear me.
Yeah, that was how it was.
Good. I like that.
Yeah.
Sons of Funk.
Those are the Little Mel, back in the life of Lil Mel coming soon.
There you go.
Listen, that they're not ready for that.
No, they're not.
No, that's not like an interview. That's you rapping. It's a mixtape. You rapping over just No Limit beats.
About my early life?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
I'd do it.
That might work. It will be better than the Little Soldiers album. You aware of Little Soldiers?
Are they a No
That
Limit
was
group?
Master P's first attempt to get the kid market before he decided to put his son in there. He had some young rappers, and they were called Little Soldiers. And the album cover was them busting through toy packages like the Small Soldiers movie poster.
That sounds
I gotta
cool.
see this.
The album cover is amazing. I couldn't get through the album because they were just rapping over already existing No Limit beats like they did Hot Boys and Girls. Instead, they just did Where My Little Soldiers At. I was like,
I see
Jack, your own
the
beats?
cover now.
That cover is incredible.
I think I may have heard like Hot Boys or Hot Girl, like one of those.
Hot Boys and Hot Girls is fire.
Yeah, I
That's
think I
hot
might have
fire.
heard that before. Okay,
That
yeah,
was
I see
my
this
album of the year
cover.
in 1998. That was my album of the year in 1998. I didn't know any better. I was like, Last Dawn. What else would it be?
Hey, this album used is going for $15.
I don't have that one, unfortunately. I stopped at
Oh
98.
wow, they didn't even give them a nice case.
No, he had stopped by then. 99 is, I think, Fiend's second album was the last one. Oh, not
Which
Fiend.
one was that? There's one in
Life.
every family. Oh, okay.
Street Life.
Street
The
Life.
second one was blue in the blue plastic. And I think there was one after that. It was the 504 Boys with the Neptunes beat on there. There's a Neptunes beat, and there's a guy who sounds exactly like Tupac. His name is Crazy.
Okay, I figured it would be Big Bear because
No.
Big Bear. We back
Late.
in season 0.
No Limit, right when they got really big and their music got terrible at the same time was unfortunate. Because they were like this great in-house group, and then all of a sudden they got Jay-Z and Nas features, and they had run out of ideas.
Oh, man.
So I'm sure Jay-Z was like, give me one of those beats. And he was like, all right.
I don't
That's
recall it
classic
going
Jay-Z.
down that way.
Yeah, like, have you heard? Like, you're not aware of the Jay-Z Silk the Shocker song or the Nas Masterpiece song for a reason. Because they came out in 1999 when Beats by the Pound, they were out of pounds.
I got a fake catalog.
Beats by the Pound was out of stock. They were out of stock. They didn't even have ounces.
What about my attempt at the Ha remix? I was really messing with the South.
We know about that,
Jay.
Jay. You tore ACL
Yeah.
on that beat.
I mean, Drake tore an ACL maybe, I think, twice.
Yeah, because you set him up. Okay, you put him on off that and freaking, we know about you, Jay.
I put a
I don't
banana.
know how he ever came back after rhyming cake.
I had to tell Meek
I would have
that he
fake
wasn't
retired
writing
again
his
after
raps. That's what happened, though. He told Meek he doesn't write his own raps. Ever since Cake, he got clowned on Cake. So clown Cake.
So he tried to take Drake down a peg by...
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
I will say he did sound like he was trying last year, so I'll give him that.
Who, Jay?
Yeah,
Huh.
on written testimony, I thought he was trying.
I've only heard that album once.
I thought Jay was
So-
actually giving it his all, whatever that may be now.
Great, yeah, now, because, it's... He can't ever fully go back to
No.
whatever he was. It's
Well, it's like
different.
Eminem now. It's like this is all you're gonna get out of him.
Right.
So just enjoy
Take what
it.
you take.
Just put
the
that
small
stepdad
little-
on. Just put that stepdad on and enjoy
Do
the
the
vibe.
stepdad
That's a
shuffle.
Stepdad. That's tremendous blap.
Stepdad. Yeah, that's a blap.
Tremendous
That's
blap.
I can hear
Alchemist.
E-40 on Stepdad.
Oh yeah. I don't know if he would have. I don't know if he had like domestic issues though. So maybe he would be like just talking about that he was a stepdad.
Oh yeah,
I'm your
maybe didn't.
stepdaddy. Fucking your mom watch you watch TV in the other room.
You better have all your homework done before your mama get home.
Don't make me take off this belt. Do what your father didn't do.
E-40, he strikes me as a stepdad.
He's
I can
probably
see it.
he would be the stepdad in the song, and that would actually be a good song. The stepdad remix.
Sure, why not? Yeah.
Speaking of E-40 remixes, I know you like that Hustler remix.
Hustler remix?
Well, Merce and John Cena.
Oh,
He's
yes.
on that?
I
It's
remember
Merce,
that.
E-40, and John Cena on the Hustle remix.
Moulz, how did you never tell me about
It's
this?
fantastic. It's
Well,
fantastic.
Mel is part of the anti-MERS contingent, so I don't
No,
share
I'm not.
MERS.
No, I'm not. I'm not.
I don't share
No.
MERS information.
What
with Mel.
happened was I went to Rock the Bells in like 07 or 08, and I saw him live. First time I ever heard of him, and he struck me as a mean man. He was yelling at his DJ.
Okay, that was the Merce for President era. I don't know if that's the best introduction to Merce.
Okay.
You
Yeah.
could go with End is the Beginning or 316 or Murray's Revenge.
No, he gets not F5. What is it?
Or
The attitude
felt.
adjustment, or the FU at the time. He gets a FU into a dumpster by John Cena at the end of Cena's verse in the
Yep.
video.
Oh, I've seen the video. Yeah, the video is great.
It's
I
iconic.
just didn't know E-40 was on the remix.
Yeah, he jumped on there too. Is that he's not in the video though? He's just on the recorded. The
Am I tripping, or is Chingo Bling on this song as well?
He is also on there.
Yes,
Okay.
he is. According to
Isn't
Google,
that one of the
yes.
Eternals?
Chingo Bling? Oh my God, no, that's Kingo. That's Kingo Bling. That's my man Kumail. All right,
Thank you.
Oh,
Thank
man.
you.
that's
Thank you for
Kingo
that.
Bling right there.
I needed that. Needed that rim shot. I need a rim shot. Diggy diggy.
Yeah, hey, Erica Badu. Shout out to her.
Shout
Didn't she say something to somebody? You DM me. She was like, she
To
told
you?
somebody to shut up. No, not to me. She didn't speak to
No,
me.
she was like, "Fuck you, hoe."
Oh, shit, that could be anybody. That could be one of her baby daddies.
Because she was just saying like something about like, "Yo, Travis Scott, we're praying for you."
What?
Yeah, like, I'm
And
sorry it
Travis
happened
Scott.
to you. Like, yeah, I guess maybe she felt just like a kinship as an entertainer. She's like, I'm sorry that happened. And someone said something to her, and she was like, fuck you, ho.
Yeah, she don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
She'll do the check the receipts bitch thing that Maxwell did.
Yeah.
She'll just start cursing you out online, and then she'll do one of those hex things that she does. Pull out the oils and the candles, and you don't know what's going on.
Oh man,
it's dangerous. So they might be taping.
They're definitely taping. They're taping. Confirmed.
We're definitely taping. We taped the guest spot. We taped it.
I'm glad to say we're not going to come out of this guest spot now sounding like idiots, Mel.
Yeah,
good job. But you should keep the horror movie thing though.
Oh yeah, no, we'll keep all that.
We're keeping it all
because that sounds hilarious.
Yeah, we'll keep that.
There was
this
something else I wanted to say about they might be taping, other than because there's not really much slanguage in there. He hasn't because there's songs where he gives you the new slanguage.
Yeah,
he was supposed to put out a book. It never came out, or is he still writing it?
I remember that
E-40 book of slanguage. I think he might still be working on it, but then he realized he could have a wine company instead.
Sean, I'm still waiting on EP number 3, Channel 3, and
what happened
4.
to Channel 3?
What happened?
I don't know. What's crazy is he would put out like 4-hour albums, and then last year he put out 30 minutes of music.
Yeah.
I said, he knows about the new wave. You put out that 10-minute album. Like, he's about to get on that wave. And then he just disappeared. Maybe that's the thing. He's going to go with some loosies and not put out albums anymore. E-40's going to be a SoundCloud rapper.
That $19 lap dance with Sugar Free is one of my favorite songs of last year.
Man, I got $19 for a lap dance. Song goes.
But I only got $1 for a cigarette.
That's a great hook. That's a great hook.
Sounds great.
Boom, 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 boom.
That D-Boy Diary was going. What was the song on D-Boy Diary? Slapping. Dum 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 dum. This motherfucker slap. Hey. Yeah. I mean, that man is.
Hey, don't sleep on 50? That album though. Connected and Respected, right? Today?
Connected and Respected. Be legit.
It'd be legit.
Yeah. He was in his bag on that.
That was in my top 10 the year that came out. Yeah, that was
that whooped. Great. That whooped on there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What was my Carpal Tunnel was my joint.
Oh, listen, that whole album is underrated in my opinion. Not enough people were talking about it.
They might be taping. Didn't really have new slang. I guess if you've never heard Yaper before, it was new slang. And I know he said cauliflower ear, which at first I thought he had come up with some new shit because of like broccoli, but no, he was just talking about giving someone a cauliflower ear.
Yeah, which is like an
But the way he said it was so cool, I thought it was a new thing. I was like, what's a cauliflower? You give him a cauliflower ear? What's that mean? It's like, I call it, the actual thing. I get it.
Yeah,
but
it is,
you never know. I also like, thanks Rap Genius, because they don't get the words right. They might have the worst Bay Area rap annotations I've ever seen.
Yeah, I was talking about it earlier.
Spice One song and I just start crying. Like, these are not the lyrics at all.
Yeah, they said that on Genius, daggone. I was saying it earlier. They said he said Pistol's rusty like Pam Grier, and it's like it's busty.
Yeah,
it's busty
also,
like Pam Grier.
Bust you in the toe like Eddie Murphy did DeLuise. Like Eddie Murphy didn't shoot
Tory
Dom
Lane's
DeLuise.
favorite rap bar. Yeah,
Dom DeLuise. Bust you in the toe like Eddie Murphy did Dom DeLuise.
Listen, my favorite is Monda, Mel. You know about Monda.
Oh yeah, Monda.
You know Monda. Regulators. Monda.
No.
Monda.
No.
Monda.
Monda.
You know Monda?
That's a white people classic. Monda.
Hey, I just looked up a newer one. I was looking up a God Fahim one, and they said you got your rosaries clipped. I was like, what the? That doesn't even make sense. Why would you have a rosary clipped? It's gripped. Come on. It's still going on, and they've branched out. It's not just the Bay Area; it's worldwide now. They just get lyrics wrong wherever they can get them,
and they just roll with it. Yeah,
that's what it means. Eddie Murphy shot DeLuise in Harlem Nights. Apparently, I didn't know he was in that movie. I thought that was Danny Aiello, or maybe he meant Peter DeLuise, the father on Wizards of Waverly Place. Isn't that his name?
Peter DeLuise.
Yeah, he didn't have any new slang on this one, unless you didn't know what Yaper was. But he was dropping the rules and regulations. So if anybody, we're not condoning any of these activities, but if you want to do them without getting caught, these are some good tips.
He's good. He's good for advice.
Trying to lace you like a shoe.
You know.
Buy a couple fixer uppers, pivot, and they got to be brand new. Yeah, but that delivery is just one of a kind.
Absolutely.
40 Water is the man.
He is.
He is the man. I still haven't heard all of his 2010s albums. That's how many albums he put out.
You got to listen to all the Sharp.
I think that's the next one I got to do is the Sharp on. He did 4 of those, right?
4. Yeah, it's Sharp on all corners, and it's 4 albums. Corners? Yeah, 4 corners.
That's the one I have not heard yet.
You got the 4 revenue retrieving albums.
I got all those. I got those and the block brochures.
There's 6 block brochures, I believe.
Okay, I only have 3, so I might be behind on block brochure. And then he did the double album with Too Short.
Yes.
The mob music and the function music.
And then he just did something with Too Short. Actually, they kind of put out.
Oh, they're doing Mount Westmore, aren't they?
No, that was just for a one-off track.
I was hoping that was going to be a whole thing, but it was just one song, I guess.
That's fine.
What's the name?
Because I don't know if I could take a whole album of Ice Cube ruining tracks. The hell happened to that man?
Family movies, I guess.
That's not. You can't blame that on Are We There Yet?
I'm a fan of Are We There Yet?
I like Fist Fight, but you can't blame the movies. That's some other shit going on there.
Too Short and E-40. It's called Ain't Gonna Do It, Terms and Conditions. Terms and Conditions.
Sounds like he's doing more rules and regulations.
It's a double disc album. Disc 1
just came out?
It came out last year. It's Too Short, Ain't Gonna Do It, which is disc 1.
So he did put out something instead of Channel 3.
Yes, it's called Terms and Conditions. And it's disc 2 on like almost like a speaker box Love Below. Too Short has his own album on disc 1. E-40's album is disc 2.
Damn, I found the link that I can't put on. I can't say on here. I found that link. The download link. I didn't click on it. Wink, wink. Ain't gonna do it.
I think people who listen to the show know that we're a pair of pirates.
Look at that.
I'm
not sure about. I mean, E-40 still doing it. Too Short. I'm not sure about modern Too Short.
I haven't been a fan lately.
I can't.
The last like 2 or 3 albums. Short, the last he put out an album like late 2019, and I was not a big fan of it, and we had been waiting for it for years.
I can't think of a recent like Too Short. Definitely not an album, but recent Too Short. Like, I mean, he's one of the few people that can say he had a hit in every decade thanks to These Hoes Ain't Loyal, but I can't think of a recent Too Short. Like, I'm like, that new Too Short, I can't think of one. Was he on he got to be on one of those E-40 albums that came out.
Most likely.
Oh, he was on Eric Sermon Vernia. I like that. He was on there with Devin the Dude. That would be the most recent Too Short performance I liked. Eric Sermon.
Didn't you listen to that Eric Sermon album, Moulz?
RJ Payne is on there.
The newer one, right? Yeah, I have.
Yeah.
That's the most recent one I see here that I listened to.
Blow the Whistle album was the last Too Short album I was really feeling.
All the way through, yeah. That's the last one.
And then the next album's Get Off the Stage.
And I thought it was over. I thought he was like calling it. It was called. That was it.
Well, I thought he was over when I was listening to Getting It. I heard that retroactively. And
the king of fake retirement? Because you know that all started with him.
I love that Parliament song that opens up that album. It's like album number 10. It's the last one. I'm like, it's the last one.
No, he had a whole retirement party and everything in Atlanta. He was moving to Atlanta. He wasn't going to do it anymore. And then he was on Biggie's album. He was on Scarface's album. I was like, you haven't retired yet.
Yep, and then he dropped Can't Stay Away.
MJG song. He was on everybody, and then Can't Stay Away.
Yeah. But
That's
Can't
got one of my
favorite
E-40 songs.
That was the beginning, I think, of his work with Lil Jon, if I'm not mistaken.
It was the beginning of E-40 and Lil Jon. I don't think they were on the song together, but I'm sure he might have connected them. Because Lil Jon was on there.
Yeah.
And Petey Pablo, I think.
Well, I was mentioning to Mel, there was the Lil Jon song Snap Your Fingers with E-40 on it, too.
Yeah, that's another one it's very 2006. That's a 2006 beat.
Well, it's that crunk music with E-40 featured. It's not like anywhere resembling a Tell Me When to Go or a
Yeah,
Muscle
that's
Cars or
basically a
something
Lil
like that.
Jon song that E-40 hopped on. And it's like, even for a Lil Jon song, it was pretty mainstream. Because, you know, you remember when he was on RNG and was going, "Pack that pussy, she's a motherfucker. Grab that dick, it's yours, bitch."
Oh, wow.
And then then 2 years later, he's just going, "Snap your fingers." Like, that's it?
Okay,
Nothing
this
else?
is the album. Married to the Game, I believe.
That's the Lil Jon album. That album
That was
is
the
no
one
my
where...
ghetto report card for me. Shake That Monkey.
Yeah, Shake That Monkey was and Burn Rubber was the other
He
one.
still does Shake That Monkey at his shows. And there's nothing we can do about it.
Oh, man.
Oh, he was on the CMW album that came out last year. But Cocaine is on that track. I like that song. I know they sampled not early 70s Genesis, so I'm fuck with CMW always. Shout out 8 Chill. Boom Bam. Whoever's in the group now.
Just Compton's Most Wanted.
Yes. What's the other? Oh, there we go. Girls on Kid Cudi Indicud.
Oh, man.
Hey, you haven't done Indicud yet, have you?
Oh, no.
We haven't
You're not
done
going to do
Indicud.
Indicud, are you? Well, you
It's
are
possible.
eventually.
It's
Yeah,
possible
eventually.
that, I mean, everything is going to eventually have to get done, but I don't know, because we did Man on the Moon Part 1. I know that eventually we got to do Part 2. We got to do Indicud. We got to do Passion, Pain, and Demon Slaying, because there's a 10 on there for me.
The album is a 10. I don't know if there's a song that's not a 10 on it. There might be one or two.
Shit.
That album is 10s. I'm not even joking. That album is
Look,
10s.
Sean, now that you're here,
Yes.
Mel, I gotta do something, because if you weren't here, he wouldn't allow this. This
Okay.
Mel, we know about him. He's an anti-Kid Cudi, anti-mental health advocate.
Oh, please.
Alright.
It used to be anti-Kid
You
Cudi.
think the people that saying Kid Cudi saved my life are bullshitting until it happens to you. I was going through it at the end of 2016. The album came out. I was like, what is this? This is it right here.
I want
It's
a
like
flash rating right now from you, Sean. I'm sending Mel the song as we speak. I believe it's a 10. That's a future spoiler for anyone who's playing
It's on Passion, Pain, and Demon Slaying.
Yes, sir.
Then it's probably a 10. I'm just guessing. Which one
Mel,
is it?
it's in your possession. This is some of the greatest music I've ever heard. Like, sometimes a song just comes
You
around.
gonna make me cry on this thing, man, because I'm already thinking which song it is. I'm gonna say 10.
Sometimes a song just comes around. It doesn't matter who the artist is, what the album is. When you hear the song, you know this is why you do this.
I'm
This is
getting
why
misty-eyed just thinking about which song it is.
you listen to music for this kind of shit. When you find stuff like this. All right,
Okay,
Mel,
I got it. You want me to just press play?
press play.
I knew it. Put your hum on. Let's go. I knew this was what you were gonna play.
Look, I'm running through the winterlands of Skyrim to this shit, okay?
I'm welling up right now.
Wanna find somebody to trust and lay low, but it seems they all on the same mission. Just wanna find somebody to trust and lay low. They can't stand the heat of my love, stay out the kitchen. Wanna find somebody to trust and lay low, but it seems they all on the same mission. You wanna find somebody to trust and lay low. They can't stand the heat of my love, stay out the kitchen.
Okay, all right. Here's the thing. That actually sounds good.
Got me.
You got me. I'm strong.
That sounds good.
That's
Okay.
a 10
10, 11 minus, honestly.
I'm gonna tell you right now. I pulled up my Passion Pain and Demon Slayer's play count. 52 plays.
Wow.
5-2 on Kitchen.
Man.
He did. I saw him live do that, and he had the snow coming down. Oh my
God.
It's my Christmas song.
That's
now.
crazy because it's a snowy song to me. Like,
it was
when
beautiful.
I think about it, I sometimes put the song on. I cue up
he had
Skyrim.
snow falling on stage when he performed it.
I run through the snow in Skyrim. My character. I run through the forest in the snow, and it's just amazing to hear. You see this vast landscape around you, and you got the shit on mute, obviously, because video games are not meant to have sound. And you hear this punch drunk, la la la, and you hear these sounds. They almost sound like the sounds of spring, but I like them for winter.
No, that's a winter album. That song specifically.
That's
and it has like
that's a
the best
wintertime
Andre
classic
3000 verse in 15 years on there.
Yes. Absolutely.
That's not even, that's no joke. That's the best verse he done in 15 years. Or at the time was probably 10 years. But my goodness. Yeah, that's a 10 plus. That's my most played track on there.
Huh.
Okay. And he did it live on Fallon too. He did it live on Fallon too with an actual string section.
I'm literally watching that as soon as we're finished recording.
My goodness.
Wow.
Yeah. The first time I heard it, I said, did he mash up Ghost Town DJ's My Boo with Pink and Blue from Love Below? Because it's like a booty-based song.
Yeah,
with strings in it.
With the programming sounds like, it's like some bounce
Miami
music almost,
bass.
you know?
It's Miami bass. As I've said to one of my mufos on the Twitters, that it's the best PM Dawn album of all time.
Wow.
I'm not even joking. It's fantastic. Jeez. Oh my goodness.
See, now I'm interested.
That album
I trust
I'm serious. Because I was not listening to Kid Cudi. I like Indica like in a guilty pleasure way, but that's music right there. Music.
It very well, I think, because going back, you listen to like Man on the Moon, Part 1. There's some really clunky lyrics on there.
Again, it's of its time.
Yes, it's very
sounds
much
like
of its
2019.
Passion, Pain, and Demon Slaying. And I think, you know what? I think like Man on the Moon Part 2, you think that like you're on some other shit because you like that one over Part 1, but then you start to see some of the holes in the songwriting on that one. Mm-hmm. And the fact that it's oddly sequenced, and Common is still narrating, I think.
Yeah, it's kind of messy. It's a little sloppy. But Passion, Pain, and Demons, that's art right there.
It might be his best album.
I'm going with, I got my 2016 rankings right here. Number 1, Tribe Called Quest. We got it from here. Number 2, Kid Cudi. I couldn't believe it.
Wow.
I didn't even fuck with Kid Cudi like that.
I gotta hear this now.
I did not fuck with Kid Cudi like that until that album came out. And I really haven't really fucked with him since. Like, that was the one. I like Indicud, and I like Satellite Flight, but everything else I like grab some songs like this. Is a cool song.
I love Balmain Jeans from
That's cool.
Satellite Flight.
Yeah, I have that whole album too. But that Passion, Pain, and Demon Slaying, oh my goodness. You could just put, that's a vibe. That's all vibe.
I gotta hear it now.
Can you imagine an album with Willow Smith on it? Is that good? Because it is.
Oh, Mel's a Willow. This whole Smith family, Mel.
Oh, you're gonna enjoy that then.
Yeah, no, I used to think that Jaden was the chosen one. It was Willow all along. It was always Willow.
It's always.
I should have known back with my hair. It was
always you should have known when she actually had a hit record. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he tricked me with freaking what was it? He put out daggone this song's like a 9. Falling, that's a 9. All right.
Oh, that one. Who wrote that? You think Will wrote that? I
would be surprised if Will wrote that.
That was a spit. I was like, who? What? Yeah, Ghostwriter.
Oh man.
I think I said when I heard it, whoever writing these rhymes needs a contract.
When I first heard him rapping, he was doing like the Joey Badass thing. He was rapping over very boom bap, like almost Tribe Called Quest adjacent stuff.
Yeah.
Then he became Cudi Bino, like Part 2. Basically,
he is not serious. I don't take that seriously. But no, Willow is straight.
Willow, which is also what we call Will Smith on this show.
Damn. Is that bad?
No, we just use the rap language. You know, Willow, Jado.
I get it. I get it. E-40, but he says that himself.
He rap-proofed his name.
Yeah, he rap-proofed it just like Leonardo DiCaprio. Yeah.
Oh, I can have fun with that.
Yeah, but you know, look, I think people they got their they might be taping analysis. They got a bunch of
They
other
got
hip-hop
it, and you know what?
analysis,
I'm
it's
very
in there
glad
somewhere,
we
I
got
hope.
this run-in. We got the run-in. Classic
I
moment,
hope it's
classic
in there.
feature. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and say,
I'm glad to be a part of this.
Sean, on this episode, you're like the Federation on Go Hard or Go Home. You're a show
wow.
stealer.
Man, you know I love Go Hard or Go Home. Turf Talk.
Let's go.
That Federation album was the shit too.
I was trying to tell them. Hopefully they listen and they go check out.
Man,
I told them to listen to both of them, but
if Hyphy doesn't get you to listen to that whole album, it got me. I was like, press play. He did. I hadn't heard that album because I just missed it. I don't know what I was. Well, I was in LA in 2004, so I wasn't as tapped into the Bay Area sound. I remember going to a Tower Records and I was like, San Quinn and Messy Marv are running things right now? Okay, news to me. So I missed a lot of the movements from that era. But that
Federation both
album,
those Federation albums, to have two albums produced by Rick Rock from top to bottom.
Full Rick Rock album. It's
Let's
like
go.
if Group Home was good.
Yeah, exactly. And we'll get to Group Home one of these days.
Oh, unfortunately.
I mean, we got too many good beats on that
I
album.
to listen to that, and I was like, is there an instrumental version?
There is.
Thank God.
Now there is. I'll DM it to you.
Yeah,
There's like 4 or 5 beats on that album that I would put in the upper tier, like A tier or S tier premiere.
There's some top 20 Primo beats on that album.
Aside from the obvious too, like your superstars, like there's some really good stuff on
There's
that.
some top tier Primo on that album, I have to say. But but yeah, Passion, Pain, and Demon Slaying, that's a full-throated endorsement. Full-throated.
I'm gonna check it out.
It's 80 minutes long too, so get ready.
No, it's Passion, Pain, and Demon Slaying. I mean, what do you think?
It's passion, and it's pain, and it's demon slaying.
I guess you can't really do that in under
full
like 60
journey.
minutes. So yeah.
I don't know how you are about revealing samples, but I know that joint with Travis Scott, they sampled some electronic horror movie Satan music cover thing.
Huh.
I can't remember what it was called. I have to look it up. It's on my I'm not gonna find it. Oh, I know where I can find it. Is this it? Here we go. It's called The Unexplained Electronic Musical Impressions of the Occult.
Oh wow.
By Ataraxia from the 70s.
Demon Slaying.
Yeah. And they sampled it was on the Travis Scott song. They sampled one of those tracks. That album it's freaky. It could have been
sounds like that's up your alley.
Music
Moulz.
soundtrack. That's a Moulz thing.
Yeah, that's all the way in my wheelhouse. Hey,
It's
not for
very
nothing.
clumsy.
I'm not going to tell you that it's a good movie, even though I enjoyed it. But the score that John Carpenter made for Halloween Kills is really good, and I'm sure there's some
Really?
producers out there
I'm
that if
very
they got their hands on
disappointed
there.
I forgot his name. What's that man's name that made the movie? fucking, I was gonna call him fucking Kenny Powers.
Danny McBride.
I'm very disappointed that Danny McBride is just making a straight up horror movie
Yeah,
and not making like a funny movie. Like they're two of the funniest writers of all time, and they're like, let's make a straight up horror movie.
there's hardly any
Why?
comedy in this new one.
I'm
at all.
very upset at this.
It's almost
think
over. I think
I
that they
posted
just got one more, and then they're done.
Yeah, I know. I think I posted it. Or it was a clip of Kenny Powers saying, "I want to fuck you in the Ghostface mask." The mask from Scream, and I said, "This is what the Halloween movie should have been."
Wow.
Just wisecracks and stabbings.
They went for the
it's got to come back
wisecracks.
eventually.
I think they went for the wisecracks in the first movie and they tried to shoehorn a lot of the comedy into the first Halloween movie, but it was juxtaposed by a lot of, I would call, like, grief and trauma porn, so it was an odd juxtaposition.
So it didn't work out. Right?
And I didn't like it at all, but I enjoyed Halloween Kills more so. The score by John Carpenter was like kind of
He knows what he's doing.
Yeah, it's like a throwback to some of those like dope 80s synth scores, basically.
Like Assault on Precinct 13.
Oh hell yeah, yep.
That's my shit.
I actually just picked that up. I just picked up the Blu-ray for that one. The 76 version.
I fuck with that.
Because I have the remake for some reason. I'm like, how the hell do I have the fucking remake of this movie, but I don't have the original? Don't ask. Don't ask. It's a sickness.
You don't want to know my new pickups. I just picked up. Okay, I lost my copy of Eddie Murphy Delirious, so I needed another one. But I also picked up the underrated Sylvester Stallone classic, Oscar.
Which one is that?
The comedy from 1991 where he was a gangster trying to go straight.
Oh my god. That was like a WB movie. Yeah.
Like Tim Curry and Marissa Tomei. And yeah, that's my shit. Harry Shearer. That's a great cast. I think if anybody else had starred in that movie, it would be a masterpiece. You know, Al Pacino was originally cast in that.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, and that would have been.
You've seen Cobra, right?
Oh yeah, of course.
I just got Cobra from Scream Factory. That's an awesome movie.
There you go. Can't go wrong with those.
10 to Midnight, like the intersection between, you know, the gritty action crime movies and somewhat, you know, thriller horror sort of stuff. Right up my alley.
Yeah. How could Tupac still be trending? Let
it
go. It's about Jada and it's about Will and Jada again. We gotta, as a
society, we gotta move past this.
Enough. I was like there was a person I used to follow would say, how is there still Nirvana news? Like, exactly. Like, there's no Tupac news. They even ran out of albums.
Yeah.
He put out enough albums for about 20 years. And it's been 25. Go get the guy that sounds like Tupac that Master P found. Crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we turned to Scraper the first 20 minutes of this segment to a Benz.
Oh dear. Yeah, I'm hitting you with the. Yeah, come on.
We hit the.
Yeah, we're glad you were able to show up. The first run-in in Rap Rankings history.
I'm glad to be here.
Yeah. Sean, thank you. Just hang out a second before we X out so we could get all your audio and everything. And yeah, thanks again.
I don't know if you've done all the Eminem albums, but
oh no, we're not even.
Hey, if you want to put your name down for Marshall Mathers, I think that's the next one we're going to be covering in a couple seasons.
Lord. I don't know if I could talk about the Marshall. I was just start reciting the Marshall Mathers LP. I don't know if you want that.
Well, we have the youngest T-Wells that specializes in just reciting the song to us. So, hey.
I might have to do Relapse instead because I won't just start reciting the song.
That one's on the schedule, too. For some reason, there's been like an influx of 8 Mile and Eminem Show reviews being downloaded recently. Like, at times
I know
they're
the
even
8 Mile and Eminem Show anniversaries are coming up next year, so that's probably why.
Okay, because they're
about to hit their 20th.
Sometimes they're outpacing the current episode that week, which is like shocking, but because they're so old. I was very
upset that there weren't many Devil's Night retrospectives.
I love Devil's Night. I've been trying to find a spot for it in a future season. And I've been struggling to find the right season for it, but it's coming. It's a personal favorite of mine.
I do enjoy that, but it wasn't as good as their the 40-minute freestyle they did after a show in London on Tim Westwood.
Oh, I have that. That's amazing.
That's my number one hip hop album of 2001. I don't care. Better than the Blueprint. Fuck it. I mean, they're rapping over Still DRE and No Escape in this, so it kind of is a cheat code. But they rap over MLP Cold as Ice. I just like that they just start fucking with each other. They do like the Onyx drill It starts throwing words out and yelling. Eminem yells exoskeleton for no reason other than he was thinking about mystical.
What?
It's a lot of comedy.
Huh.
Not Proof. Swift and Bizarre start battling because one of them interrupts the other.
You don't have to play it, Mel, but I'm sending it to you if you want it.
It's so funny. I'm gonna take your money with dice. You ain't got nothing but some fake ice. And then Swift goes, Dom DeLuise, please stop and get a
Dom
fucking
DeLuise.
Hey, the Dom DeLuise. It all comes full circle.
It all comes full circle. Yeah,
there you go.
It was comedy. They like sing in it. They're doing comedy sketches. Eminem is really drunk, and Proof is doing pre-writtens. I think Knive is doing pre-writtens. Eminem is just fucking making everything up. He's drunk off his ass. It's fantastic. I tried to pull a heist with a refrigerator full of mice. It's one of the goofiest shit ever.
Well,
I believe at one point, one of them turns to him and goes, "What are you talking about?"
pull a heist with a refrigerator full of mice is Raekwon level of
yeah.
To me, I don't know what he's talking about, but hey,
they turn on. What are you talking about? That was over the I Just Want to Love You beat. He does a Foreign Man freestyle. They put on that Shine beat and they start doing like Jamaican. They start doing reggae ad libs. It's like a comedy. It's like one of my favorite comedy rap albums. It's just them drunk and freestyling. Every time they put on like a Dr. Dre or Eminem beat, they threaten Tim Westwood's life.
What?
Like, we're gonna kill you.
All right, you sent this to me, Moulz?
I sent you a different freestyle. I have this one though. I'll send that to you as well.
I can't believe I didn't know there was a video of it until like 5 years ago, and I'm like, this is all I needed. Well, there was no way you would be able to download a video of that in 2001. I would still be downloading that video in the LimeWire era. But now you can just click on it and press play.
The power of the internet.
Exhibit year 2000.
I got to tell you, I'm nowhere near as big a fan of D12 World as I am of Devil's Night, but
no one's a fan of D12.
That song Bitch, though.
World?
You know that song Bitch on there? That's a classic. That's a fucking classic.
Songs on there I like Get My Gun.
I'm going to get my gun.
That Kanye beat. Because that was Kanye using
violin. The title track, yeah.
Yeah.
He did the title track.
Eminem, unfortunately, was not on there.
What happened with that album? That was like a...
It stunk. That's what happened with it.
It was way too silly versus like kind of the tone that they set on the first album.
I think they were trying to do like the freestyle session, but it didn't work.
Oh, okay.
Like they went
that
too
makes
far.
A lot of sense.
Like they should have did what they did on that album, on that freestyle, and like do like a fake Onyx song and start singing.
You know what happened too? That album came out either the same year or the year before Encore.
It came out right before Encore. I think it was by 6 months before.
And
Encore.
that was like almost predating Mockingbird. Like, how come these like weird?
That was like right when he was driving off the cliff.
Yeah, these weird emotional records, but without the technician sort of stuff that he's doing. It's all very straightforward.
Yeah. And he was doing those plodding beats, like it was like Lose Yourself, but slower.
Yep.
And not rousing.
Hey, actually, I think Encore is the next one we're doing, now that I think about it. I can't be too sure.
Song on that album.
It's got to be Encore or Marshall Mathers. One of them are the next two we're doing.
The one song I like on the album is Puke, so...
Wow.
I don't know what I would give that. I might give it a 7+. I'd have to think about it. It was very not unlike Stronger Than I Was on MMLP2, an album I do not listen to, but I was like, this is the song. I love Eminem scream singing. I don't know why.
Yeah, that Puke got me through I'm not ashamed to say a shaky relationship.
Yeah, it's a good relationship song.
Yeah.
It was like that and Mr. Brightside got me through my breakup. Oh, well. Mr. Brightside. There's nothing like driving through Los Angeles and just white people singing The Killers at the top of their lungs at party.
Well,
I felt like I was living through that beautiful girl scene where they sing "Sweet Caroline" in the bar. Oh, they love to kill.
I got something, Mel. We're gonna close it out on a rare Eminem mixtape freestyle.
Here we go.
I'm sending it over. This is from Invasion 3, DJ Green Lantern mixtape.
Oh, is this the one he was talking? It was the Benzino disses started.
This is after the Benzino disses, but he's still getting at Dave Mays at this point.
He was spitting on those. That was like the last time he was like Eminem.
Yeah, this is one
Nail
of the
in
last.
The Coffin and all those.
Yep. The tape with Nail in the Coffin is part 2, I believe. This is part 3.
Off.
And I think M only has one verse on this whole tape, like, of his own, basically. This is it. Sean's a big Eminem fan, just like your boy Moulz. So, we're going to get this rare Eminem freestyle. Another
like side B.
Just another great stylist in rap. So
I like more of side B than side A.
What's that?
The Music to Be Murdered By.
Oh, really? You like side B better?
Side B had some joints on there.
I gotta tell you, at first I wasn't sure about this song, but now I can't get enough of Tone Deaf.
Yeah, I like Tone Deaf.
Because the beat was a little unorthodox, but I got
unorthodox.
I got really into what he was doing actually with his
I mean, it
dad
fits
jokes.
the sound. Yeah, and it fits the style of the album, and it fits the concept.
No, you got this?
Theme.
Yeah, I got it.
Well, let's hear it. It's a freestyle. Fuck you want for free.
Am I playing this whole thing?
It's like a minute. It's like a minute and a half. It's not that long.
Whether you rap or you don't rap.
This is it.
I love this verse.
Are you being senile again?
No,
That's a Christmas song.
That was. I sent you another one.
D12, June 19th, to do like me and go by 3 with no ID. Kids.
3 freestyle. The other one was the different D12 freestyle that Eminem did.
Oh man,
that was the
Rap
first thing
City
you asked
one,
me
or
for.
that's Green Lantern.
No, that was Rap City, I think.
Right.
all right, here we go.
This is Senile Moulz. It's got to be. Oh no, it's not. This is it.
Green Lantern. Yeah. Hey, yo, what we call this shit right here? The Invasion. You had part 1. You got part 2 now.
Missed this
Part 3. The final chapter, motherfuckers.
All right.
Armageddon. Let's go. I got a riddle. What's little and talks big with midget arms and creamy white filling in the middle? That'll do anything to throw dirt on my name if it means walking the whole Mediterranean. Is it an Albanian, Armenian, Iranian, Tasmanian? No, it's Dave Raymond and oh sorry, yo, so sorry, whoa. But that was a long time ago when I was just Joe Schmo rapping in Joe Blow's basement. I apologize for it before, so either accept it or you don't. And let's move on and find some that I've grown and get the bone. Keep licking these nuts. You industry marks keep walking around sniffing each other's butts. Or should I say asses? What would be the more politically correct term to use for the masses?
Hold up. New York City, man. It's the kid Lloyd Banks. And if you hearing what I'm hearing right now, you know this ain't no regular shit, homie. This is something special, and we gotta bring this back. Green, come on. Countdown to Armageddon.
Let's go.
I think that's the cue. New York showed up, so yeah, I'm turning it
Mel
up.
Ducks.
I still love him saying much.
I missed that one too because I thought they only did 2 tapes, but a couple years ago I found they did a third one, and that one's on there.
I gotta pull that one. I gotta put that one in my queue.
Well,
That's going on a playlist.
we'll be back with what is this? E40.
E40. Hey, we had a nice little hangout session.
Yes, we
After
did.
this.
Sean, thank you again.
Thank you for having me, and I'll be back.
Yes, you will. And folks, we'll be back.
Or something else. Thank you.
Yeah. All right.
We back up.
All right.
Go
Yeah,
Dubs.
we back up for sure.
Yo, it's Mel from Rap Rankings. To hear the full episode this clip comes from and all the other episodes, stop by raprankings.com or search Rap Rankings on your favorite podcast platform.